Greef Karga tries to get the New Republic to intervene when pirates attack Nevarro. As the fate of Nevarro hangs in the balance, Djarin must rely on new and old teammates to save the planet. Hello, entertainment enthusiasts. This is Ray, and this is the Fandom Realm, and today I am reviewing episode number 5 of Season 3 of The Mandalorian. As always, spoilers abound, so just beware. This was another really good episode, really enjoyable episode of Mandalorian. Of course, in the last episode, we had a situation where Bo-Katan is going to lead a party to go rescue Vizsla's son, who had been carried off by a dinosaur pterodactyl-looking type monster. And when they returned, Bo-Katan is going to get some new armor and confide in the armor that she saw a mythosaur. All right, let's take a look at this episode. Okay, so we're back on Nevarro here. So we're going to get to see some Greef Karga. Okay, I really like they've developed a new planet here for us. Okay, showing some planning going on.
That's a wonderful idea, High Magistrate.
Okay, something's going on here, something bad. Oh, and the pirates have arrived from those first few episodes.
Pirates? High Magistrate.
Absolutely true. You don't want to do that.
If we buy them off, that'll set a bad precedent. Ah, yes.
Oh, the Pirate King. Mr. Shard.
Corian Shard.
I'll be honest, I love this character. I love his voice. I don't know why. He looks stupid.
Guildmaster of the Nevarro.
But I really do enjoy it when he comes on, especially listening to his voice. Well, that's not exactly how it happened, but
my helmsman in cold blood.
well, he didn't shoot first, dude. Come on now.
Indicate that Nevarro is in.
So, you know, that's going to come back and haunt them that they have never joined the New Republic.
The New Republic.
This is giving us some very important information, probably for the future series.
Don't hail me again.
Well, I don't think he held you in the first place, but I think that was intentional. Okay, so what's getting ready to happen here? Ooh, I love those guns coming out like that. I really like his ship, by the way. Sort of the paint job on it, with the design and the way it has those guns come out. And of course, he's trying to be a good leader here and lead the people.
I won't abandon my city.
Of course, he had that little moment like Princess Leia giving the data chip to R2-D2. Okay, so everybody's evacuating, trying to get out. And they're going to start firing on the town. Okay, now, basically, I love this opening here. I thought it was very good. It sets up what we're going to do in this episode. Of course, we've got to free Nevarro now. That's going to be what's happening. I will tell you, I do apologize. I misclipped some of these. So the first half of this probably has things that are under 4 seconds. I apologize for that. It was just an oversight. I didn't realize it until I was going back and editing. Okay, so we have an A-wing, B-wing there. Ooh, I like the music, sort of like you're on a deserted island somewhere. So, Rebel pilot base. Okay, so this is apparently the message getting out there to the captain.
Attacked by Pirate King Korean ship.
Okay, so delivering the message. I got there a little fast, but that's okay.
Humbly requesting the New Republic to send a patrol to clear out the.
All right, and this sort of shows one of the little weaknesses of this. There's a lot of fast travel.
I really thought Nevarro was going to make it.
Okay, this is probably the biggest thing in this entire episode, or one of the biggest things.
They're swamped. We'll never get an answer in time.
That is definitely Zeb from Rebels, and he looks
Just
awesome.
gonna have to go there and talk to them myself. They can't ignore me face to face.
Well, yeah, actually they can, and they often do. But the biggest thing there, love the Rebel base, love the music, absolutely love Zeb, very big up there. I'm glad they are trying to work in characters from animation now, from Rebels. I think Zeb was one of a lot of people's favorite characters in Rebels, and that race, the Lasat, you don't see them ever, so they're sort of a new race for us. All right, so we're coming back to Coruscant, and, I like seeing Coruscant, and I like sort of viewing through it. This is great, seeing it from a person's perspective.
Captain Tava here to see Colonel Tuttle.
Boy, we just can't trust her. I mean, we just can't. There's no way. So the captain basically just barges in here, and I'm sorry I can never remember his name.
They have yet to sign the charter. They're not a member planet.
She's sounding very imperial here, and that should
Backlog of requests from member worlds that have priority. I don't even know.
And that should make people a little bit suspicious of her. You would think.
We have the resources, especially for pirates.
Okay, so basically saying we don't care, they're not members, whatever
I don't
can happen.
think this is an isolated episode. Navarro has reported accounts of storm.
And this is exactly how something like this would
Because I'm
happen.
hearing Moff Gideon never made it to trial.
Captain,
This is exactly how something like an empire would grow or come back.
Requesting authorization and backup for dealing with pirates on Navarro.
You think they're beaten, and you start ignoring things that are happening, and then
Leaders of Nevarro need to understand why becoming a Republic signatory is valuable.
all of a sudden your enemy is back, or you have created a new enemy.
Sounds like a rather imperial way of thinking.
Captain, you're out of line.
Okay, so this just conversation didn't go really well for us here, and Captain's going to realize he's going to need some other help. But basically, and I just forgot her name too. I am so sorry, but this Imperial is still an Imperial. She is a spy. There is no way she is not. That's just the way it's got to go.
You and your sort didn't see the light. You were captured.
Okay, or came willingly to be a spy.
There's something dangerous happening out there. All these events,
So the captain is out there. He knows what's going on. He sees it. They need to listen to him.
by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
She's just bad. I mean, that's all there is to it. All right, so just a cut of the people of Nevarro there moving, and they're going to be moving out to the canyons. And that's obviously where they're going there. Greef realizing all his hard work is going down the drain pretty fast because of the pirates.
I have sent a message to the New Republic.
And the New Republic is not going to be answering Greef. Okay, I love this shot here. It is perfect in these canyons, this river, lakes. And so Captain has found the Mandalorians. Okay. And so they've got guns pulled on him.
Managed to find us, Mandalorian.
This had to make you wonder what was going on.
Fortunately, someone I served with in the rebellion is amongst your ranks.
That's one of those moments where you're like, who? Huh? What? What's going on?
Thanks, R5.
And, of course, nobody thinks about the droid. They need to have his memory wiped.
Cut me a break once, and now I'm returning the favor.
And so I like that's a very honorable thing to do,
Nevarro's under
upholding
siege
the
by
honor.
pirates. He's asking for help.
So now Mandalorian is the only one he knows that can help Nevarro.
The New Republic has to know that the Empire is growing again.
And he has good reason there because he's trying to
I just
prove
came to tell you your
what's
friend
going
is in
on.
danger, and I thought you should know.
Okay. So he's delivered his message there finally.
Okay, anyway, but you have my word. I will not reveal your location.
Yeah, I mean, that's very honorable of him too.
I gotta help the guy.
You can't do it alone.
Okay, so it sounds like Bo is in for whatever's going to happen. Okay, so a lot happening there. With Captain going back to Coruscant, I love Coruscant scenes, and I love the fact that the former Imperial played such a big role. She's definitely a spy. And then the Captain finding the Mando and giving him the message and surviving. And it looks like there's going to be some help being sent.
Risked his life to save mine, as well as the foundling in my charge.
Okay, so Mando's going to make a speech first.
And has offered me a tract of land on his independent world.
The only thing about it is with Pedro Pascal in that helmet, it doesn't sound like him all the time.
Perhaps it is time for us to live in the light once again.
Okay, so he's thinking ahead to that offer Greef had given him earlier.
Our children can feel what it is to play in the sunlight.
In their helmets.
Does anyone else wish to speak?
Okay, and I've got to say, I'm not sure if I've said it on others, but the Armorer is one of my more favorite characters. All right, now I really thought this was going to be some problems for Mando here.
Save the life of this one tiny foundling.
Because Vizsla and him have not had a good history together.
The question we should be asking ourselves is why?
Okay, and so that sort of made you think this isn't good.
We are Mandalorians.
Okay, and then he comes out and is going to support going to help.
But he risked his life to save my
Okay,
son.
so the entire last episode is pretty much
And Bo-Katan Kryze did not give up on my
is
child's
pretty
life.
much to move this episode along so that Vizsla will support him. Okay, and the other big thing here is that with Vizsla supporting Mando and what's going on here, everyone else is going to, of course, do it. But I get hear people complaining about episodes not leading to anything. Well, they lead to the next episode, and that's what the whole rescue was.
You are asking us to take up arms in the name of a brighter
To be able to move the Mandalorians to the next step,
This is the way.
which is freeing Nevarro, possibly getting a home world. Okay, love the Armorer there, and that's sort of stamping her approval.
This is a Comrade-class fighter transport. I'll use
Really
this
love
to
how
drop you
Bo-Katan
in.
is stepping up as a leader here, and she's really showing that.
Djarin and myself will reinforce from above. If
Okay,
everyone acts
the Mandalorians should do this with no problem whatsoever.
as they should, we can use the element to surprise and defeat an enemy that outnumbers
Okay,
us.
and so we're gonna head to Nevarro here.
Pirate King Gorian Shard is captaining a Cumulus-class Corsair.
Okay, so
carried
this is their briefing. Let's see how they do.
Sewers. But now, you can be
So now
heroes.
trying to pump them up, good attitude before they head into battle where they're outnumbered. Hey, now, be nice. They didn't do anything to you all. You're all just drunk.
Captain, there's a
Okay,
starfighter off our
love the
bow.
Ugnaught here in this situation. Really love him. I'll talk more about him in a second.
It's the Mandalorian. Man the gunnels.
I just really love all of their design for everything that's going on here. You know, I complain in other series about Star Wars not being Star Wars. This is very Star Wars.
Bold of you to return.
Okay, and we're going to have some battles here. Wonderful, awesome.
Understood.
Okay, so Greef watching what's going on and realizing what's happening. And I like this little section here. I love the battles here. And that's one of the things Mandalorian is doing very well. And I've just got to say, the decision to put that Ugnaught in, like, Earth pirate gear is so funny and so awesome. I absolutely loved it when I saw that.
For your help, Mando.
I decided to take you up on your offer for a
Okay,
tract
so
of
let's just
land.
get to the point there right at the start. And that ship is just so maneuverable and fast. How were the Naboo so bad at flying them, but Mando is so good? Hey, there they are. And there's Mando. Man, he just stomped on that guy and shot him in the head.
Area clear. Team 2, you with us?
Okay, so this is what a group working together will do.
Team 2, moving toward courtyard.
Okay, again, military unit. That's what they are. That's what they're trying to be. Again, awesome air fights here with these fighters.
There's another ship, Captain.
And of course, here comes Bo-Katan. She's going to hit the ship from the other side.
And the fighters to reform for a counterattack. They're pursuing the Mandalorian.
And so now they've got to bring all those fighters back to protect the mothership.
Secondary attack. Regroup at the Corsair.
You could tell he didn't really like to do that. He's got something going there with the Mandalorian. He doesn't like him.
Possible ambush. Take cover.
That's why you don't make the monkeys mad, is they're going to help the other person. Jump behind you. Okay, so again, love the street-to-street battle. I think it's very authentic. And now Vizsla comes in with his big repeating blaster. This is awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. How many times can I say it? I love it. All right, so he's got the high ground. And they use their jetpacks to take off. Okay, big positive.
Engaging the gauntlet.
Let me just say on the jetpacks, this is one of the big issues with the Boba Fett series.
He's below you.
Is at one point Boba Fett was in lots of trouble and he had a jetpack on and he didn't use it. And that was a problem because he uses the jetpack. And so, you know, that's one of my negatives on that Boba Fett series. I see they're not making the same mistakes here on the Mandalorian. Because if they need to use them, for the most part, they will. And we do have to understand they have fuel to those. We don't know how long that fuel lasts, though. Okay, the Armorer sneaking up behind everybody, and it's going to be a bloodbath here. Yeah, she just smashed his hand. Ooh. Hammer to the head. Go Armorer. Absolutely. Oh, to the back of the neck. I was hoping we would get to see some Armorer doing some damage here. Yep. Smack. You're gone now too. Bye-bye. Okay, so everything's clear now, and they can really advance against these pirates. I really like this scene, them working together to move the pirates back. And then the people from Nevarro coming in to bring up the rear. And the Mandalorians to cut them off so they can't run back. Love that.
Been a pleasure serving you, Captain. But it's time to part ways.
You knew he wasn't going to stick around if things were going bad. I mean, you just knew that.
In a puff of big fire. Open fire below.
Boy, this is just evil. He's going to open fire on the natives, on the locals. But Bo and Din take care of that. That's a pretty magnificent little crash there. I love that effect. And the fire as well.
Mandalorian liberators, to whom this planet is forever indebted.
Okay. Give them some respect.
All land from the western lava flats to Bullock Canyon.
I wonder how actual big that is.
You may no longer have a home planet, but you do now have a home.
Okay. Now, this section, I thought this was a touching little section there at the end when he was handing over and giving them that land. Also, the fact he said they now have a home. I like that idea. I wonder how big that area is. It sounds like it's sort of like where they were hiding in the last two episodes, around that lake and those mountains areas. So it might be that they're going to feel at home there. And so, really, I enjoyed that scene.
The armorer wishes to speak with you.
Okay, so this might be interesting.
Was once the forge of our covert.
And I really like what she's doing here, comparing forges.
I have been to the great forge on Mandalore.
You know, the point people realize they might be wrong.
It was large and ornate.
Or the point that maybe they've never been completely right to start with, or they've changed their mind.
The air rang with the music of 100 hammers.
I always like those. It shows some improvement and self-growth.
And here stood a simple one.
So, fancy versus simple.
They were both forges. They served the same purpose.
Of course, this is just looking at Mandalorians. You've got her cult.
Remove your helmet.
You've got the rest of the Mandalorians, and they're separated. They need to be together.
Do you respect my station?
And again, Bo-Katan showing some growth here, questioning why she would take her helmet off. But the armorer, of course, has a plan here. I was wondering why she was doing it to start with.
Our people have strayed from the way.
And people tend to do that.
And it is not enough for a few to walk it.
And so, the armorer is getting some reality here. She's realized.
We must walk it together.
This is the way.
That they can't continue being separated if they want to be one people.
We must walk the way together. Oh, Mandalorian.
And I like that. uniting everybody. And
I was taught that the mythosaur existed only in legend.
it is definitely a callback to what's going on in society right now.
And yet, you saw it.
It seems like that mythosaur legend has really had an effect on the armorer.
It is a sign that the next age is upon us.
And the fact that she just said that this is the way in the last episode,
You have walked both worlds. You are the one who can unite us.
I think shows why that was extremely important for her and it affected her. And I like the fact that she has realized that Bo-Katan is the person who can unite them both. She's got the history.
Greef is going off to bring other Mandalorians in exile to us.
Okay, so she's going to go out and recruit.
So that we may join together once again.
All right, that's positive. Get everybody together.
But she shows her face.
Bo-Katan walks both worlds.
Again, very important there that she had a positive response to
Bring
Vizsla.
all tribes together.
Okay, I love that bringing everybody together concept.
It is time to retake Mandalore.
Okay, and I'll be honest, I am very excited for them to retake Mandalore. That little section there, I really appreciate the scene between the armor and Bo-Katan here. I think that's one of the better extended scenes in the show, especially this season. And just the growth Bo-Katan has shown, the change in philosophy that the armor is showing, in that she knows that you have to get all of Mandalore together. It's not just going to be one side or the other. So the captain's out. Apparently there's a beacon he's responding to.
Craft in the region. The details are classified.
I'm assuming when the Republic took over, they used some Imperial ships.
I'm sending you a transponder signal. Why don't you bounce it through the flight logs at Central Command?
Where is that lieutenant at? We never see his ship.
It's a new Republic prison transport.
Okay, so we're going to go in and see some bodies here, see what's going on.
Flight times match the ship transporting Moff Gideon.
I knew it.
So, of course, we heard earlier there was a rumor that Moff Gideon had
There
escaped.
appears to be something embedded in the cabin wall. Getting close on that.
So this is pretty much confirming that idea.
Are you saying that Moff Gideon was taken by Mandalorians?
Okay, I'll just be honest. I'm not exactly sure what they're playing for here. Okay, that is one of those things right there. That last piece that I'm not sure what they're going for. I'm wondering if the best car is coming from some of those super troopers he had cooked up, and that maybe there was some of those were still alive and kicking somewhere, and they helped rescue him. Maybe it was some Mandalorians, but this is going to be really confusing for the captain here. And I know they wanted to get in the idea of Moff Gideon escaping, but I'm sure we're going to see probably in the next episode why that's important. So I guess we'll just have to wait on that. But with that does bring our recap and recap portion to an end. I am going to throw in a short review here, and the way I'm probably going to start doing reviews is just telling you what I thought some ups and downs of the episode was. Now, I really like this episode. There wasn't much I can think of for downs. Probably the one down, I will say that it's sort of something I see in most episodes of Mandalorian and in a lot of episodes of Star Wars. And that is, it's like they fast travel places. Game of Thrones, that last season, it seemed like they were fast traveling everywhere. It seems like they're very much fast traveling here. The amount of time that seems to have gone by between the time the pirates came and the Mandalorians came, I don't think you can travel as much as the captain did travel during that amount of time. It just doesn't seem realistic. It's not something that I really mind. I don't care. Just get them there, get them to do the thing. But it's something I wish they would address sometimes, okay, in the show. Okay, ups. Okay, a lot of ups, several ups here. Okay, one big up. Like, of course, I loved the conversation with Bo-Katan and the armorer at the end, especially that the armorer has realized, and it basically seems like it took knowing that mythosaurs are real for her to realize that you can't have these different factions and win back Mandalore. You have to be one. So basically, the armorer's group that believes in keeping your helmets on, they need to ally with maybe the ones that Bo-Katan, the most Mandalorians believe in, and they've got to go together in order to take back Mandalore. And I really thought that was a great scene between them. Small ups, loved the little military base for the New Republic. Absolutely loved that we saw Zeb, and I'm sure that was Zeb. He is listed in the credits as Zeb, okay? So if anybody wants to tell me I am not being accurate. Also, big plus, I loved sort of the fight over Nevarro, the fighters, the Corsair, the design of the ships, the design of the Corsair. That's something that Star Wars does extremely well. And I also like the fact that you had some things that were supposed to be sort of questionable, humorous type deals here and there. Sort of like just having, and I'm not sure they did it specifically for humor, but just having that Ugnaught dressed as a human pirate that we would recognize today. It's sort of silly, but I absolutely love it. I laughed my butt off because of that. And then, of course, we paid a bid adieu to the Pirate King. Would have liked to see them gone into him probably just a little bit more, but, you know, I like the fact that he was going to take out everybody if he was going out too. So that's an up as well. Last big up, of course, is going to be basically Greef and his message to the Mandalorians and the people. They had a home, they had the new flats, and that they were living there. Of course, Greef is not stupid. He knows if the Mandalorians are there, Nevarro is not going to be as much of a target. And so with that, you know, I'm sure he's being a good guy and all, but he's got to have it in the back of his mind that there's no pirate going to attack Nevarro if there's a Mandalorian colony there. And so my feeling is there's a lot of that going into what he's doing, but he seems to want to be a leader. I liked, and I guess this is another up, I liked at the start where he was trying to plan the city out to make it work out better. I really liked that he was doing all that as well. And so with that, can't really hit any other dislikes. So I'm going to give an A-. It moved our plot along. We had some action. Really enjoyed this episode. And with that, I hope everyone enjoyed. Please subscribe to the channel, crush that like button, and I'll see you next time on the Fandom Realm.